Nobody expected this. The internet is melting down as Cardi B and Stefon Diggs just revealed the arrival of a surprise baby, and the chaos spreading across every corner of social media is unlike anything we've seen this year. One moment the world was minding its business, and the next, timelines erupted with disbelief, confusion, and 1,000 questions that still don't have answers. Why did they keep it hidden? How did it happen in total silence? And what does this shocking reveal mean for the future of two of the most headline-dominating names in pop culture? Fans everywhere are scrambling for clarity, demanding explanations, and replaying the moment over and over, hoping it makes sense the second time. But nothing about this story is simple, and if you think the internet is surprised now, wait until you hear what comes next. How did the world not see this coming? Let's rewind. And before we dive deeper, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from. The truth is that everything began quietly, almost too quietly, with small moments that most people scrolled past without thinking, and it all started when Cardi B was seen at one of Stefon Diggs' games, sitting in a spot where she had no real reason to be unless something unspoken was already forming. Those who noticed brushed it off until Stefon began liking several of Cardi's photos in a way that felt a little too intentional, creating an energy that one random fan summed up perfectly when they wrote online that something about the situation felt suspicious. What seemed harmless in the moment would later look like the very first clue in a story nobody was prepared for, a story that had been unfolding right in front of the world's eyes while everyone was too distracted to recognize its meaning. As time passed, more hints slipped out in public without making noise, beginning with Cardi posting unexplained football emojis during weeks when she wasn't promoting anything sports-related, and then shifting to Stefon quoting Cardi's lyrics in captions that felt personal enough to spark a whisper but somehow never grew into a rumor. The most obsessive corners of TikTok even noticed that their IG stories sometimes appeared within seconds of each other, showing backgrounds that fans tried to match through shadows and furniture patterns with the determination of amateur detectives. Even with these small flags waving in plain sight, most people dismissed them as coincidences, unaware that these tiny digital movements were part of a larger truth slowly taking shape behind closed doors. What made the final reveal so shocking was the full context that nobody had pieced together, because there had never been a public announcement, no official confirmation, and both celebrities were focused on demanding parts of their lives. Cardi was deep in her album process, pushing through long nights and heavy schedules, while Stefon was battling headlines around his NFL life and legal challenges that made every appearance feel controlled. They lived as opposites in personality and routines, yet somehow, against every expectation, something real was happening between them long before the world ever noticed. The moment everything changed happened on November 13th, a date that will live in celebrity news infamy, because the world woke up expecting another ordinary day and instead walked straight into a cultural earthquake. It began when Cardi casually opened an IG Live, not even giving anyone time to breathe, smiling like she had a secret burning a hole through her chest as thousands of fans poured into the stream without knowing their timelines were seconds away from chaos. She started lip-syncing to "Hello," acting playful and unbothered, but then she lowered the camera with a calmness too suspicious for her usual energy, revealing a tiny baby wrapped neatly in a blanket resting on her shoulder. For a moment the entire stream froze, not because of bad Wi-Fi but because nobody understood what their eyes were seeing until comments exploded faster than the app could handle. People were typing in panic, disbelief, joy, confusion, and accusation all at once while demanding Cardi slow down and explain how she had hidden a whole newborn from a world that tracks her every move. Before anyone could recover, Stefon Diggs walked past in the background holding a Gatorade, looking relaxed like this was a Tuesday morning and not the biggest celebrity plot twist of the year. Within minutes, hashtags took over every platform, and fans started screen recording the clip like historians trying to preserve an artifact that would be studied for generations. They rewound the reveal again and again, zooming in on the blanket, analyzing Cardi's facial expression, and arguing over whether Stefon's casual stroll confirmed how long they had been hiding this. The internet became a detective agency with millions of unpaid employees who refused to clock out until they found every missing detail behind this unexpected family moment. Celebrities joined the frenzy instantly, sending reactions that only made the chaos funnier and more confusing for everyone watching the drama unfold in real time. Megan Thee Stallion reportedly sent a message saying only one word, "Explain," as if she were a disappointed parent waiting for homework answers, while Tom Brady posted a simple, "Congrats," even though no one had asked for his input. And then Drake contributed his traditional brand of mystery by posting a lyric that meant everything and nothing at the same time, convincing fans he somehow knew this was coming long before anyone else. By the time the sun set on November 13th, the reveal had become one of those cultural moments that felt half like a Super Bowl halftime performance and half like a reality TV twist nobody voted for. It was dramatic, funny, unfiltered, and unforgettable, leaving millions of people staring at their phones wondering how they missed every sign. And with the world now fully awake and roaring, there was no turning back for Cardi, Stefon, or the newborn who had just changed the celebrity conversation overnight. Cardi B stepped into the moment with the kind of chaotic honesty only she could deliver, speaking so fast it felt like she was trying to unload 2 months of secrets in 2 minutes, and somehow every sentence carried both humor and frustration. She laughed while explaining how she had been tempted many times to tell the world but held back because she knew the internet would instantly twist her joy into 1,000 wild narratives. With a dramatic sigh, she punctuated her story by insisting she never hid her child from the world but simply protected him from the messiness that usually follows her name online. Her voice rose with all the playful exaggeration she's famous for as she declared, "Y'all, I ain't hide him, he just wasn't ready for y'all mess," and it sounded like she had rehearsed it for weeks even though it was pure impulse. She described late-night cravings, last-minute doctor visits, and the relief of finally breathing freely without worrying about being photographed or analyzed by strangers. Her laughter came from a place of release, not performance, as if letting the truth out made her feel lighter than she had in months. Stefon Diggs appeared in complete contrast, speaking in a calm tone that made the situation feel grounded, steady, and almost peaceful despite the whirlwind surrounding them. He said he was excited and proud, with a confidence that suggested he had been preparing for fatherhood in private long before the news became public. He even joked softly that the baby would be doing push-ups by 6 months, revealing a subtle optimism that balanced Cardi's dramatic energy perfectly. His composure made him feel like the anchor in a storm, someone who understood the pressure of public life and chose to move quietly instead of feeding into the noise. He spoke about wanting their child to grow up without feeling watched or judged, and his gentle approach created a sudden emotional shift that made their situation feel genuinely human. He seemed comfortable letting Cardi take the spotlight while he supported from the background, adding warmth without trying to compete with her personality. Together, the two created a rhythm that felt surprisingly natural, with Cardi talking fast and loud while Stefon nodded patiently like he had been trained for this exact moment. She teased him for claiming he changed diapers when she insisted he barely touched one, and he simply smiled like he knew arguing would only make her double down even harder. Their chemistry became impossible to ignore because it didn't look rehearsed or performed. It looked like two opposite energies that somehow found a way to meet in the middle and build something real, surprising the world as much as they surprised each other. The moment the news hit the internet, the media machine reacted with a speed that made the entire situation feel bigger than any of them expected, as TMZ, Shade Room, and ESPN posted within minutes like they had been waiting by their phones for the right spark. Commentators from sports networks added jokes about the baby's potential draft pick year as if the child had already signed with a team before learning how to crawl, and their playful predictions fed into the frenzy rather than calming it down. Fans across platforms began spinning theories instantly, pulling old pictures and captions with a confidence that made it seem like everyone had been part of a secret investigation. Twitter became a wild playground as people compared facial features between the newborn and every relative imaginable, committing themselves to detective work nobody actually assigned them. Memes spread faster than explanations, with some suggesting Offset was somewhere watching quietly from the corner like a confused spectator trying to catch up. The entire atmosphere moved from shock to amusement, and then into chaos as the jokes layered over the rumors, making the story feel larger than real life. Offset's reaction added another twist, but it unfolded more like a comedy sketch than a feud, as he simply scrolled through the posts and typed, "huh," under one of them with no further explanation. He didn't argue, didn't clap back, and didn't fuel anything, yet fans tagged him tens of thousands of times as if he owed them a full press conference. His simple confusion became part of the storyline, carried by the audience rather than the man himself. Amid the noise, Cardi and Stefon finally explained the truth behind their silence, sharing that they kept the news private to protect Cardi's emotional peace while she finished her album. Stefon admitted he wanted space from the legal attention surrounding him, making privacy feel less like secrecy and more like survival. Their honesty softened the drama briefly, but the internet never stays quiet for long, and just as the calm settled, the whirlwind rose again, blending tenderness with chaos in a way only their lives could create. The day ends with a strange mix of joy, disbelief, and wild energy as the entire internet tries to process how a quiet moment from Cardi and Stefon turned into one of the loudest pop culture storms of the year, and the recap feels almost unreal when you line up every twist from the whispers of suspicion to the thunderclap announcement. The world now sees a new baby who arrived without warning, a blended family shifting into a new chapter, and a couple who managed to keep the most personal part of their lives untouched by the noise until they were ready. It feels like a fresh era for Cardi, one where she balances fame with a peace she's been trying to build, and an exciting future for Stefon, who talks about fatherhood with a confidence that feels grounded and real. There is a soft warmth in the way they both speak about the journey, as if they are relieved to finally exhale after months of moving silently, holding on to a secret too precious for the world's hands. Stefon shares his quiet excitement to raise a son, a calm pride that blends with Cardi's vibrant emotion, making their bond feel more layered than the internet ever imagined. And with all the madness behind them, the closing thought rings out like a playful warning that if this child grows up with Cardi's fire and Stefon's athletic strength, the world is surely not ready for the kind of energy that combination will bring. Just when viewers think everything is finally settling, the screen leaves one last shock hanging in the air, hinting that the chaos is far from over and something even bigger is already stirring in the background. A message flashes with a teasing promise that sends hearts racing, suggesting that Offset may speak, or Stefon's ex may respond, or even Cardi's mom might go live in her signature unfiltered way. And as the cut arrives sharp and sudden, the audience is urged to like, share and don't forget to subscribe for more celebrity gist and lifestyle.